In a secluded monastery, nestled in the misty hills of Japan, lived a venerable Zen master named Master Hoshi. It was a place where time seemed to stand still, allowing the monks and disciples to delve deeply into the teachings of Zen. Among the disciples was a young monk named Kenji. He was earnest, diligent, and had a heart brimming with love and compassion. However, Kenji's heart often overflowed with such intensity that it clouded his judgment and brought him unnecessary suffering. He loved deeply, whether it was the beauty of a sunrise, the serenity of the lotus flowers in the pond, or the camaraderie of his fellow monks. But most of all, he loved a fellow disciple named Aya, and this love consumed him, bringing both joy and pain. One serene morning, as the first light of dawn caressed the monastery, Kenji approached Master Hoshi, his eyes troubled and his heart heavy. "Master," Kenji began, bowing deeply, "I am tormented by my feelings. I love Aya so deeply that it distracts me from my practice. My heart aches with longing, and I do not know how to find peace. Please teach me how not to love too much." Master Hoshi, with his wise, weathered face and eyes that sparkled with infinite patience, looked at Kenji thoughtfully. He gestured for Kenji to follow him to the garden. They walked in silence, the soft crunch of gravel beneath their feet and the distant chirping of birds the only sounds accompanying them. In the heart of the garden, beneath a centuries-old cherry blossom tree, Master Hoshi sat down and invited Kenji to do the same. The petals fluttered gently in the breeze, creating a pink carpet around them. "Kenji," Master Hoshi began, "love is a powerful force, but like all things, it must be balanced. To love too much is to be attached, and attachment is the root of suffering. Let me tell you a story." Kenji settled into a comfortable position, his eyes fixed on his master, eager to absorb every word. "Many years ago," Master Hoshi continued, "there was a great samurai named Kazuo. He was known not only for his skill in battle, but also for his deep love for his wife, Hana. They shared a bond so profound that it seemed nothing could ever tear them apart. Kazuo's love for Hana was all-consuming, and he could not bear to be away from her for even a moment. One day, Kazuo was called to war. He was torn, for his duty as a samurai conflicted with his overwhelming love for Hana. He vowed to return to her, no matter what. In every battle, his thoughts were with her, his heart aching with longing. This distraction made him reckless, and eventually, he was gravely wounded. Kazuo was brought back to his village, where Hana tended to him day and night. Despite her care, Kazuo's wounds festered, and he grew weaker. One night, as Hana sat beside him, Kazuo confessed his torment. "I love you so much, Hana, that it consumes me. My thoughts of you have been both my strength and my undoing." Hana, with tears in her eyes, held Kazuo's hand and said, "Kazuo, your love is like a raging fire. It warms, but it also burns. We must learn to love like the sun, which gives light and warmth without expectation." Kazuo's eyes opened with understanding, but it was too late. He passed away, leaving Hana with the profound realization that love, when bound by attachment, can lead to suffering. Master Hoshi paused, allowing the story to sink in. Kenji's eyes were moist, and he felt a deep resonance with the tale. "Master," Kenji said softly, "how can I love like the sun? How can I love Aya without attachment?" Master Hoshi smiled gently. "Kenji, to love without attachment is to love selflessly, without clinging to the object of your affection. It means appreciating the present moment and the person as they are, without trying to possess or control them. It is a love that flows freely, like the wind, without being tethered." He gestured towards the cherry blossom tree. "Look at this tree, Kenji. It blooms beautifully each spring, but it does not cling to its blossoms. When the time comes, it lets them go, trusting that new blossoms will come again. This is the nature of life and love, to experience, appreciate, and then let go." Kenji nodded, understanding the wisdom in his master's words, yet still feeling the challenge of implementing it in his own life. Master Hoshi could see the struggle in his eyes. "Let us meditate together, Kenji," Master Hoshi suggested. "Close your eyes and focus on your breath. Feel the air entering and leaving your body. As you breathe, Imagine your love for Aya as a beautiful flower. Appreciate its beauty, its fragrance, its presence. Then, as you exhale, imagine releasing that flower into the wind, letting it go freely, without clinging. Kenji closed his eyes and followed his master's guidance. With each breath, he felt the intensity of his love, but with each exhale, he practiced letting go. The exercise brought him a sense of calm he hadn't felt in a long time. Days turned into weeks, and Kenji continued his practice diligently. He learned to appreciate the moments he shared with Aya, without being overwhelmed by his emotions. He found joy in simple things, the sound of her laughter, the way her eyes sparkled in the sunlight, the wisdom she imparted during their conversations. Each moment became a precious, fleeting gift, and he learned to let go of his attachment bit by bit. One evening, as the monks gathered for their nightly meditation, Kenji felt a profound sense of peace. He realized that his love for Aya had transformed. It was no longer a burden, but a source of strength and serenity. He could love her deeply, yet freely, without the chains of attachment. After the meditation session, Kenji approached Master Hoshi. "Master," he said, bowing deeply, "I understand now. Love, like life, is impermanent. To love too much is to try and hold on to something that cannot be held. I am grateful for your wisdom." Master Hoshi's eyes shone with pride. "Kenji, you have learned an important lesson. Love is a gift, but it must be held lightly, like a delicate flower. When we release our grasp, we allow love to flow naturally, bringing joy and peace." Kenji's heart swelled with gratitude. He knew that his journey was far from over, but he felt equipped with the tools to navigate the complexities of love and attachment. He bowed deeply to Master Hoshi, thanking him for his guidance. The seasons changed, and with them, so did Kenji. He became a source of inspiration for the other disciples, embodying the balance between love and detachment. His relationship with Aya flourished, built on mutual respect and a deep understanding of each other's paths. Years later, when Master Hoshi's time came to leave this world, he did so with the knowledge that his teachings would live on through his disciples. Kenji, now a wise and compassionate teacher himself, continued to pass on the lessons he had learned. He taught that love, when held lightly and appreciated for its impermanence, could be a source of profound joy and enlightenment. And so, the legacy of Master Hoshi and the lessons of loving without attachment echoed through the monastery, like the timeless sound of a temple bell, guiding countless souls on their path to inner peace and wisdom.